This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
You can call on me. 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 You can call on me.
Oh yeah, this beat hot.
You can call on me.
Another episode with the homies, of course. Tamira, a girl from Harlem,
You're back.
back from the DR.
Be nice to me.
She got a BBL, y'all.
Oh
my!
There was a
start that
page
rumor.
starting that rumor, and they were using a girl that isn't even me as the after picture, and I'm like,
That's horrible.
I'm like, okay, well, cool.
Well, yeah, you know we appreciate BBLs over here.
Oh yeah, I know that
Yeah.
this is a loving,
A very BBL friendly show.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We got, for the first time ever,
Uh-oh.
TYOMI.
Yes. I like how you said that with enthusiasm.
Yeah, I got to. Yeah, you got to carry. TYOMI.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yes. I like the vibrato after that
Yeah.
one.
How you feeling? You good?
Good. I'm good.
You got a lot going on to you. A lot more than I anticipated when I was sent the invite initially.
Yeah,
Have you told Tamir?
Tippy,
I'm
tip of
getting.
the iceberg.
I know why you got us here together. That's
No,
what I
it
do
was.
know.
I got you because you good conversation. They like arguing with you.
Yeah, well, I know that, but when after learning the little bit that I have learned about her, I said, "Oh, okay, I see what's going on here."
One of them
Just having a
ones.
conversation about Valentine's Day and the plans for tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah,
How do you set? Do y'all? You got a boo?
Booze.
Booze?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
She
you
got
got a roster.
categories. Look,
Yeah,
listen.
got the categories.
How do you differentiate the booze, the friends, the lovers, the everythings? What's your categories?
Yeah, so the friends with benefits are people that it started out as friends and it turned into like romantic and like sexual situations. Lovers are just casual folks that I'm cool with. They're mutuals and we'll kick it every now and then. Like when I'm in your city, hit me up kind of vibe, right? My partners are the people who are like, I want to be in like committed partnership with you. And so I got 3 of those.
Oh, so wait, so you telling these dudes they getting added to the roster?
They're not all dudes. I date women and I date people. I'm paying, so I date people.
Oh, okay.
So
Big Boss
it's-
Bet is paying.
How can you have multiple committed relationships though?
I'm poly, that's how.
But committed, doesn't that mean like just
She committed to them.
I'm committed to all my partners.
She committed to
I like
faithfully
this theory.
fucking with them.
I'm committed to all of my partners and whatever level that we all agree to be on. So like people be like, how can you juggle all these relationships? I'm like, well, first of all, I'm not juggling, I'm managing. Secondly, every relationship does not require the same amount of energy being put into it. And thirdly, all of them don't live here in Atlanta.
Okay.
So a majority of them, a mass majority of them live in other states.
I got a question. I definitely got a question.
got
What
questions.
happens when somebody catch real feelings?
Everybody catches real feelings. They already got feelings. That's why they're in relationship with me.
No, they want you to be exclusive to them.
Well, then they cannot be with me because I'm poly. That's never going to happen where I'm going to be with one person. And there is one person that I've been in a relationship with casually, and it's just emotionally bonded. It's not sexually bonded or anything like that. But we've known each other for 10 years, fell in love the first time we met, and this man is still around, and he's known since the beginning that I'm poly. And he still holds on to this idea that one day he can love me so hard that it's going to help me drop my attraction to women and all other men and just be with him. And I'm like, baby, you are living in a fantasy. Don't blame me because you can't move on or whatever. Like, sir,
Coochie too good.
no, he does not. He has not had any
I think you're missing.
coochie.
I think
Wait,
you're missing
what?
some of this.
He has not had. We haven't had sex.
Yeah,
How
she
long
said
he
it's not-
has?
10 years.
What?
Yeah, 10
And he's
years.
sti-
He's in the game.
Whoa,
10
whoa,
years.
whoa! Wait
That's
a
what I'm
minute.
saying. People be catching feelings, and the sex don't even have to be there.
Wait, hold on. When you say
Y'all did sex. What?
None.
penetration,
Penetration.
No penetration. No penetration. No oral. No nothing.
anything that
So
can
y'all
count.
just
Nothing.
church group buddies at this point.
Bible
I mean,
study.
he go to church. I don't. But
He just be helping her with the groceries.
Oh man.
Wait, when you say in the
he
beginning,
doesn't live here, so.
how soon in the beginning? Like, is that like first conversation type
Nah,
thing,
we-
second date type thing? Like,
With this one in particular, we met at a club that I was working at.
mm-hmm.
He was performing, and he got off stage, and we clicked instantly, and we hung out for the rest of the time that he was in town. And then he left, and we stayed in contact, and we've been locked in ever since. And it's 10
So
years
he really
later.
a bestie.
I mean, he could be a bestie, but he has feelings for me deeper than just being a friend. Like,
that's a good one because you
that's
said
unfortunate.
bestie.
I mean, he is the best.
Sometimes you do have male friends, but
He's not a
it's
male
not,
friend. It's
right.
platonic. Like that's not.
Because it is romance.
There's a romantic attraction there. It's not just platonic. And you know what? 2024, I do want more just platonic male friends. That'd be nice. Because I got my girlfriend, but it's like my girl.
The problem with that is though, because if a guy is a platonic male friend with a girl, right? Eventually, you're gonna have to start doing boyfriend shit, like because men and women carry their friendships differently.
What do you mean they got to start doing boyfriend?
You're gonna start doing boyfriend. I'm gonna start doing things for you as a woman that I wouldn't do for any other woman, unless I'm with that woman.
I mean, so are you saying that a man will choose to do that, or that's something that a woman will start to require of him?
It'll eventually become a requirement. It'll be not a requirement. It'll become requested, and now I got to tell you no, because like you know,
Give me an
girl.
example.
Right, because I'm really intrigued by your mindset around this, because I've never seen that.
I'm trying to think of an example of like something my homegirl. Okay. Asking me for money and have no intention of paying it back. Because if my dog do that, I'm gonna beat him up.
Well, I will say this, right? In my friendship circles, like we like recycle money through each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one hand wash the other. Like if somebody don't have it at one point in time, it's like, I got you, girl, and it's no expectation to be like, pay me that back. It's like, you're gonna take care of me the next time.
Because sometimes as guys, we don't have it, but we'll give it. Mm-hmm. But shit, it's the understanding of, as a guy, that I'm gonna get my shit back.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a conversation, right, amongst friends. Like, if you lend somebody something, it's like, I'm lending you this, I'm expecting it back. But, in my friend circle specifically, like, typically it's just, and this is amongst my girlfriends, it's like we just recycle money through each other. And that's really it. We're not saying, girl, you got to pay me back that money, unless we say it,
Right.
Yeah.
right? But that doesn't really happen. And then speaking of, like, platonic male friends, I mean, I have people who I'm romantic with that I can say, hey, can you do XYZ for me? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to ask my platonic male friend to do something that my girlfriend or my boyfriend would do, or I would expect them to do. And also, like, I mean, what's the difference? Like, what's the difference between asking my best male friend to change a light bulb and asking my boyfriend to change a light bulb? Like,
that's your nigga. That's his job. Don't call me over there.
One could
changing
get a
light
DS
bulb.
after, but I think that
You get what after?
I said one could get a DS after.
What's the deal?
Yeah,
A dick
yeah.
suck?
Yeah. So, but
Understood.
like I think like some friends
What's going on?
like let's say you have a neighbor, right? Because I'm a female that was single for a long time and living by myself. So sometimes I would make a neighbor in the building to call for specific things like light bulbs or helping with a bug
Call
or
your
something
nigga.
like that. If I didn't have a nigga, but they
You
were
always
willing
got
to.
a nigga.
I didn't at the time. But what I will say is when you ask about friendships and females, it was like, I mean, in that male-female relationship, to me, the first thing I thought of is like going out to eat with your male friends, right? So it's like, okay, when you're out to eat with the male friends, some guy friends, like no matter what, if they're with females, they're going to take care of the bill. You really have to, and this goes on.
See?
But I personally, I don't let my male friends pay for stuff because I don't want
if
them even going
there. If you the homie,
there.
you the homie.
Right. I don't want them even going there. I'm very big on that. At least I'll offer or something or be like, nah, I'm going to cash app you the bread. Like, I make it very clear. Like,
But then you got
I'll
some
take
women
care of
that
myself.
expect a nigga
There's
to do that.
equivalent exchange in
but
my
you have to
relationships.
know. You have to know, and this goes back to knowing just real in all relationships, not romantic, anything. You have to know who you're dealing with.
Exactly.
Period. I know which friends I have that's gonna come outside with no money in their hand out, and I know which friends is gonna come outside and we gonna split the bill, and I have to argue about who ordered what. You have to be realistic about who's in front of you, no matter what the
We
relationship
don't do that
is.
splitting the bill shit down here. That is not. Y'all both from New York. That is not some.
No.
that's-
I'm from Chicago.
Oh, you from?
She
I
like
looked
Rogue
at.
City.
Hold on.
I mean, it's
Hold on.
northern.
We're
It's
the
northern.
second city.
It's northern. But yeah, that's
I mean,
that's from New York shit.
New York
We split.
helped like I grew up in New York. Like I left high school, went to Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, and from there it was like 10 years.
She
on and
cultured.
off.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Culture.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
went to
Been
the
around.
Pratt Institute. Pratt
Yes.
Institute.
I love that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the split the bill situation, like I love that. I love when I go out with my friends who have it like that, and no one's nitpicking. Like, well, I only had.
Look
the
at this
fries.
camera. Y'all keep talking.
I only had the fries. Like, I got one friend that's like that, and I just be like, girl, like when they came down. When they came down to Atlanta for the first time, I said, listen, I had to give them the rundown about how the hospitality industry is here, because in Chicago is really different. It's like world class, top notch, everything. I was like, y'all coming to Atlanta is real black.
Right.
Sometimes it's too niggerish for our own good. All right. I was like, secondly, gratuity added no
Automatic.
matter what. So don't come down here talking about only order fries. You order fries plus the part of the gratuity. So make sure you have your bread. And then I was like, if you clap back, they gonna clap at you.
Yeah.
Do not come down here trying to clap at these people because they are black, okay?
And they don't need it punk ass job.
They gonna be like, my man got 2 jobs.
I don't even need it punk ass. You take that pussy ass job.
Yeah, that's a big thing coming to Atlanta, especially from other cities. Like I worked in the hospitality industry my whole life, and
That's how they got them BBL pictures of you.
Shut up. Working, I've only been a waitress or a bartender, but
What's the difference?
Well, I've never worked in a strip. I've never had to wear the outfits.
That's the stripper. That's the stripper that deliver the bottles.
No, I've never had
weak.
to wear the outfits like that, and I've never worked in like a club. I've always worked in restaurants, so I've never. It's a little bit different.
Not in Atlanta. The same thing.
Man, I swear. I swear.
Well, if it's lounges, but like
every
I feel
restaurant
you,
is a
though.
lounge.
Yeah,
like,
no, listen, it's bad out here.
I can't
like,
go nowhere without the music being blasted.
That's
and
why
I'm
my
like,
mom doesn't come out here, because she's like, you can't, if you can't
That's why-
talk to the person across from you, what's the purpose of spending all the
That's
money?
why I don't go outside. They caught me outside one time.
Oh my God, and he looked so uncomfortable. He was like, get me
I don't even
out
think
of
I
here.
sat. I don't even think I sat down.
No, you didn't. You
wow.
was like, get me out of here. You should have seen it. It was like, what time is it?
As
Her
soon
set
as
over?
as soon
Okay.
as not our friend Nala Simone, she's on the Breakfast Club. She was down here a few weeks ago, and she had a DJ set at Red Martini. Mind you, Red Martini is
Red
literally
Martini.
2 blocks down from my house. So I could,
Oh, well, you live close to me.
Oh,
we
yeah.
all neighbors.
That's wild. Okay.
no,
neighbor.
let me tell you, this how crazy this shit got. So Nyla got done at like 12.
He was in the
I
back.
left with Nyla. I walked out with Nyla. Rico had texted me and said, bro, where you at? I sent Rico a pic. Let me, hold on. I can show you this shit. I sent Rico a picture of me walking to my apartment. I was
walked to
already,
the apartment?
No, I was already I was walking to my apartment room. I was already in the hall.
By the time they even realized what was going on.
This was like 5 seconds, like 5 minutes.
Wow. You booked it. You ran home.
The Uber was already ordered
But
as
it's-
I was walking out.
Atlanta was I've been here for 10 years. Atlanta was so fun when I first got here. It was so much fun. Like,
Oh,
I used
10
to go
years ago, it was
outside
different.
every day. Like, it was just so much fun. And now, it's nothing. It's
Poser
nothing
City
like
out
it.
here. Like, people
Yeah.
don't party for real.
Yeah, no.
What
no.
happened? What happened? What happened?
Well, I would say the pandemic happened. The pandemic changed a lot of stuff, but then I also think just like the shift in the economy.
Mm-hmm.
So now everything is like inflated, and they charge fees on top of fees just for simple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yes.
and plus, like, yo, why does every place have to have a hookah?
Yeah, the hookah's bad.
God.
But it's like hookah, like the expensive parking. Like, you was like
Yo, you
walking in.
cannot get free parking.
The parking, like, you're
anywhere.
I know.
spending $40 before you even get out your
And
car.
that's the
Period.
base price.
And then God forbid
Don't
you
let
one
it
of
be
the
an
people
event.
that pay to get in. Now you done spent
Right.
fucking $80 before you even
Let me
get in
tell
there.
you what
Then you
blew
drinks is
me.
$25 a drink. It's too much.
What blew me was this, all right? And I understand the culture, right? I love strip clubs. Homies wanted to go to Magic City on a Monday because they came in
know how
town
much
to
that is,
perform,
actually.
right? Oh my God. We get up to the parking lot. They're like, all right, is 130 to park. No, excuse me. 180 to park up front, 85 to park in the back. And that's the parking lot that's right by the club. And they're like, but you could pay 40 if you go up on the hill. I said, God damn. Then it was 60 per person. No
Yep.
matter what gender you are, it don't matter. Rick Ross was up in there. They said $60, my guy. Neo was in there. $60, my guy.
Wait, they
60
charge Rick Ross?
They do
Yes.
not play in Magic
They
City.
don't give a
do not
fuck.
give-
You don't. It don't matter
Yeah,
how
you can
famous
only
you are.
you can only fit 12 people in that motherfucker. It's small as shit.
and that's
It's small.
fine.
It's so small.
The demand is higher. I agree with you. I think it is a lot of that. The culture shift, the pandemic did a lot. And I also think sections changed everything. When I first
Oh
got
my
out here,
God,
it was
yeah.
more dance floors in the clubs. There
no
weren't
dance
these
floors.
booths type things. And then I'm gonna blame people coming from outside. I think when I first came here, Atlanta was a college-based city. The college kids used to go out and have fun and dance and the culture was different. Now it's
You said you
everybody,
blaming who?
people from different cities.
Where you from?
New York. I'll take New Yorkers. New Yorkers came down here and turned it into a fashion show and stood and
Oh, so not y'all.
No, I'm saying us.
Oh, okay.
I'm 100%. I
Oh,
think
okay.
that it was a bunch of New Yorkers that came here because that's why I moved out of New York because the clubs were boring. I was like, I need somewhere that's fun.
And New York used to have them clubs. New York used to be the place to go.
Back in the day, and
Back in
then
the day.
and then even then the culture shift and everybody moved to Miami and Liv took over, and it's just not the same. Like you used to go and there used to be a person on the mic and somebody used to be dancing and
No,
used to be
they
giving
don't
oh
even
shout
do
out to the
that
girl in the red
anymore.
dress, you over there.
You're right. There are no dance floors anymore, and that's why people don't dance. They just sit in their sections, looking cute.
And then the
smoking a
guys
big
want to
blunt.
be, the guys want to sit in the section. They want to be the baddies. Okay, Mr. Baddie. They want to smoke the hookah.
Baddie.
They want to sit
Mr.
in
Baddie's crazy.
Mr. Baddie. Don't get me started.
But it's true. It's so true.
And then they look at you crazy if you do dance. Cause I ain't gonna lie, cause I'm guilty of that. When I was at Red, that was my last time going out. I look at this dancing ass nigga over here.
See?
This nigga over here pop locking this shit. Look like a Dave Chappelle skit. Shut
That's
your
not
head down.
fair.
And that's why I
Yeah.
go to the places where I can dance. Like I usually go and hang out with the 40 and older
Yep.
club.
And
of
you can't
people.
dance in no section.
No, you can't. So I go to the places where there are no sections,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a DJ that's spinning that is great at his craft, and it's the 40 and up club, and they wearing sneakers.
Yep. And they gonna be in there
And
moving.
we are in there dancing the house music and doing all the things. That's where I go because
Yeah.
I'm a dancer. Like I'm
What you be doing in the club?
everything. Like I have a history in dance, like modern, ballet, jazz, hip hop. Like I'm a dancer.
Oh, this you need to teach you.
Yeah, she said she's gonna teach me my intro to ballet.
Intro to
Yeah,
ballet.
you know, just the feet.
Prepare for your toes to be fucked up.
That's only if she does point, but she could do ballet without doing point.
Ooh.
She that big ass forehead, and she them toes is gonna be fucked up.
Don't do that. See, this
Wait,
is
hold on. Wait. You gotta relax on the foreheads, my
Right.
guy. 'cause,
Hello.
like-
Have you ever seen a smart person with a small head? I told you to stop saying
but
that.
you know they say that women with big foreheads got good pussy.
Yes. That actually is in the Bible. Sorry.
That
What chapter that is?
It's
See,
in
she don't even read the Bible. I got a
Genesis chapter.
Genesis.
Yep.
Oh, whatever.
It was in the beginning.
the beginning.
it was in the
In
beginning.
the beginning, God gave the world coochie.
That's exactly.
Goodness.
I think that's exactly the direct
I
quote.
got a question for y'all. What to you as women? Which compliment stands out more? A compliment from a random stranger, or a compliment from like your man?
I'm gonna say that all compliments are maximal and equal to me because I like compliments. It doesn't matter if it's from my man or if it's from a stranger. Now I will say this: if I don't hear compliments from my man, I'm definitely gonna say something like, "You ain't feeling me no more. You stop complimenting me."
What's your son?
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio. I'm gonna speak up and say something because I
that's
like what I
good.
like, and if you change up in your behavior, we are going to have a conversation. What's going on?
That's the number one sign when people start changing
What's going on?
behavior. For me, compliments make me nervous. Like I'm still shy in that way. So like I don't do.
See,
good
that's
with
why I roast her.
compliments. Shut up. I don't do good with compliments. So, and I've been reading about it because I've been doing this self-therapy thing because I'm a psychopath. But anyway, thank you. Right. So, when people give me a compliment, I feel the need to compliment them back right away. And they say that you're not supposed to do that because then you diminish the compliment by doing that. Just kind of sit in it and take it. So I've been trying to do that more. But to answer the question, to be completely honest, when I get compliments from my partner or the person I'm dating, I just be like, oh, you supposed to say that. Like, I'd be like, you just blowing smoke up my ass sometimes. Like, it depends. But if I don't get it and I come outside, I'd be like, you didn't say you liked my hair today. Like, what's wrong? So I do look for them. So strangers, I think that especially, like, Black females or the gays sometimes, like, it takes a lot for them to be like, oh, yes, girl, you got it. And I'd be like, oh, see, look, the
Wait,
girls.
so
The girls.
so a
Yeah,
compliment
guys-
from the girls means more to
Yes,
you.
because the guys are just trying
They-
to see what they could do.
Yeah, they'll compliment
The
anything.
girls is really like, they looking at the details. They like, yes, girl, I see
And
the
you
way
know
you did
how
that
Black
with
people do it.
that. Yup.
Okay, hair.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
shoes.
Yes,
Okay, pink.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Go,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all we need, a little okay pink. And we
I be loving
just
it,
smiling ear to ear, yo. So compliments are compliments. I'll take them when I can.
I had an Uber driver tell me I smelled good one day.
Oh, yeah, that was what you
Hey,
needed,
It was
right?
a nigga though.
listen,
Oh.
I mean, look.
Well, that's good. That's,
it's-
I guess a
compliment
win's
is
a win.
compliment.
yeah. I don't- but this is Atlanta, so I don't know. You got to,
I was like, thanks.
I think.
AirPods.
Wow. That's where our convo was over. No, I think that if a guy tells you you smell good as another guy, yeah, you gotta evaluate that particular situation because some guys might just be giving you a shout out, but this is Atlanta, and they might be like trying to see what you got going on.
If you come into the Uber like and it's real loud, like
Yeah.
and it smells good though, it's like a knee jerk reaction. Kind
Yeah,
of like, ooh,
okay.
you smell good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
You
might
know,
not be
like-
nothing. Kodak said, yeah, but just in case.
You said,
Yeah.
you go get the
Yeah,
what
compliment.
cologne
yeah.
you was wearing that day?
Right, I want to know.
Mm-hmm. See if it was really the cologne or if he was just trying to make combo.
That's why I be looking mean in public. Like, don't talk to me.
Oh,
You
I
be looking
feel you.
mean.
Yes, I want to look unapproachable.
Just wear sunglasses, you'll be fine.
I used to.
That's what I do. I keep my Tom Fords on me.
That's a good one.
I gotta get some better
I
sunglasses.
used to think people didn't know it was me if I had sunglasses. I don't
They
know
don't.
why.
They don't.
Y'all, one time I was in a restaurant and a girl was like, "Girl, I went to elementary school with you. I know that's you." And I was like,
Because
I don't know who this
people who
is.
know you, they know.
"Damn,
You know,
I be thinking I'm invisible.
Because
I
when
swear
I
I'm
was
invisible.
when
I
I was wearing the
you can't see me.
when I
You
was
can't
wearing the
see me.
sunglasses all the time, and I would take them off, like and meet people, they were like, "Oh damn, that is you." It's like, what the fuck type of
Well, I mean-
Superman shit is this?
I will say though.
Nigga, you know how they say Superman put his glasses on, they can't
No,
tell it's
now
Superman.
sudden-
But look, you got the beard, the baldy, and you brown. How many niggas got that look? You could be Rick Ross for all they know. Like you literally.
She said I got the general nigga look.
You do. You could be Omar Epps. You could be anybody.
Omar, I was just pushing it. Hold on now.
Nah, I take that. Yeah, what you say about taking compliments? Yeah, I take that. I'll take that.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of black men with the same aesthetic,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Brown skin, full beard
Don't
that
listen to her, she a
connects.
hater.
Well,
okay,
I'm
with
not.
the
I was
baldy.
saying, yeah, that is especially in Atlanta, like that's the
Espe-
look.
Oh my
That's the
God,
look.
especially in Atlanta. Like I've seen so many of those.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Atlanta nigga. You know.
Oh well, there it is.
Yeah.
Well, we got our answer right.
Are you
there.
from Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm from here.
Oh, okay, all right. A true ATLian.
A true ATLian.
It's a
The
lot of
only
folks
the
that's
only
not from-
one in here.
Right. I mean,
No.
I'm not gonna claim I'm from Atlanta. I just moved here. I just got here.
I feel you. It took me a while to meet.
For y'all,
people.
which state has the best men for y'all? That's out of your journeys.
Oh,
My answer is gonna be so ghetto. I like Detroit men.
Detroit.
ooh,
Yeah,
I've
the
never
Detroit
heard that.
players, they trick off rip. So really like those.
Here we go.
Sorry, I'm just saying.
Y'all like tricks?
I mean, I don't know
I mean, you
anybody
got
who
a roster.
doesn't.
I
I mean,
some
nobody's
tricks-
gonna. I don't
there's
think a
some
girl's gonna be like, I hate tricks. Well, they be trying to say they hate love bombing, but that depends on.
I like people who are generous and like to give me gifts because I love gifts.
You love gifts?
I do.
What
I
you-
like gifts. I like compliments. I like affection. I like personal time spent. Yeah, like the love languages is all of them for me. Like it's not just one.
All right, so I got a question. So what is like polyamorous?
Mm-hmm.
So what does polyamory look like around the holidays? Like
Well,
for Christmas?
I was just sharing with her that so with the people who don't live here and who are more in casual like relationship with me, it's no like requirements or whatever.
Mhm.
But my partners, so my boyfriend, we're spending time together tonight. I got a little thing set up for us and he's surprising me with something and I was like, ooh, okay. And then my girlfriend, she's surprising me tomorrow on Valentine's Day. She already told me like 3 weeks ago, mark this day off. It's for us. I'm planning it. Wear red. I was like, okay.
Ooh.
So I'm making her a gift tomorrow and it'll be waiting for her. And then I'll be ready for her to take us wherever we're going to go. She was like, don't think about work. Leave your phone at home. I was like, ooh, okay. And this is my first Valentine's Day with a woman. I've never had an actual girlfriend. Like I've like dated and gotten to know women, but it never moved to the point of like us being committed. So this is nice. I was like, ooh, first time. And this is like our coming out day. So like
Aw.
being public about our relationship, which is like,
So do you have multiple girlfriends and multiple boyfriends? Or?
yes.
Oh.
So
So what about the other people? They
currently, so some of
B
them,
team boyfriends?
I know it's not
That's
no
a good
B team.
one.
It is shit.
yeah,
They ain't
no,
with her
I
on
like it.
I
Valentine's
like
Day.
B team. I like
Well,
it.
because again, so in my circle, a good majority of us are poly, so they also have other people.
Oh,
See
so-
what I'm
okay.
saying? So it's
So
like if
the-
they
Where do
B
you
team, I'm
meet a
B
bunch
team.
of poly okay people? Because like most people are not gonna be okay with that. Even the guys that be like, "Oh, my girl got a girlfriend," and then they be jealous.
They don't
of the
want it.
girl.
They only want that
Yeah.
girlfriend to be available when they want her to be
Right.
available.
They
They don't
don't
want that
really
motherfucker to
want-
really start acting like
Yeah.
a partner.
Yeah, they
Because
don't
then
want
niggas
that.
gonna be in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't date people.
Where you
like
get them
that.
shoes from?
My
right.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And the next thing you know, it's like,
Damn,
you got- bitch thinks she doing
she
everything.
dropped some
Right.
she dropped some flowers off again.
That's exactly how
Yep.
it goes.
Nah, you gotta leave that bitch.
Too mad. Like,
Yeah.
nah. But I just, I've literally designed my life like this, where the communities that I congregate in, like, a bunch of us are poly or kinky or
you
like
probably
live an
love
open
Atlanta.
lifestyle. Well, this the thing, right? So when I moved down here, I was like, oh snap! I actually got a few partners that already live here, and they are poly. So it dawned on me, like, oh wait, I do have a number of people here. But that's something I'm very upfront about and clear about when I'm dating, because I love to date too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I just like the interaction of, like, going out, getting to know people, the different activities that we can do and stuff like that. But I'm off the rip. I'm like, I'm poly, and I explain to them what that means, and I explain to them that I already have partners, so I'm not single. So if you're looking for somebody that's single, I'm not that one.
But if you're looking for somebody that you can form a relationship with, are you that one?
Yeah.
Are you adding to the roster?
Right now, currently, no. Like, so this year, my goal is just to deepen the relationships I already have. And that does not mean that I'm going to, like, cut myself off from catching a vibe, because if I meet somebody and we have a connection, then I'm going to go with it. But I'm not going to be like, oh, you finna be my next partner. Like, I'm not looking for more.
You're going with the flow.
Yeah. And I just enjoy love. I enjoy living life. So if I meet somebody that resonates with me, they're stimulating my mind, we having good conversation, I'm gonna flow with that in that moment. And I'm okay to leave it in that moment too. It doesn't have to, lead up with, let me get your number so we can continue to connect, or let me get your Instagram. Instagram might be like the least of the thing that I'll do. I'll be like, yeah, you can follow me. But it doesn't have to lead to an interpersonal relationship. It can just be an experience for the moment and letting it be that. And then it'll be a memory and a story for later.
So marriage is completely off the table for you?
So I was telling my somebody else I did a podcast with this. I said, week to week, it kind of like changes for me, because I was married before, and that marriage ended in 2020, and it was an open marriage, and that was my first time being in something like that, where it was a lot of work to, like, be in. And so there's days where I'm like, I might want that, and there's other days where I'm like, I'm really enjoying, like, just the freedom of being solo poly without the primary partner that I have these agreements with. But I mean, even in marriage, I could still be solo poly and have, like, a non-hierarchical relationship. But if I were to be married, I would want a hierarchy, where that marriage takes precedence over my other relationships. Like, our agreements are our agreements. But I will be coming to that relationship already with some other partners. So, it's like, I'm not saying that it's like a hard yes or a hard no. It's just kind of like, if I meet somebody who wants to be in partnership with me and they want to start a family with me, and then we bring up the topic of marriage and we can discuss it and what that means for both of us and what that looks like for both of us, because I'm under the full awareness that it's a contract.
Right.
The institution of marriage is a contract. We can be in love and have a family and do all the things without that contract. Because I'm off the rip, prenup, postnup.
Me too.
I am not adverse to doing that, because what people don't understand is that that's negotiable. Like, you don't just sign something blindly.
Right.
You and your partner sit
to
down.
Make the rules, yeah.
Yes, and you put what the terms are in the prenup to protect what you had before the marriage, and then the postnup, what you have after you're married. And because, like, people mess around and don't do a postnup, and then their partner passes away suddenly or whatever.
And none of that stuff they got together matters.
Nope. Well, I'm saying what does matter than bills. The debt.
You gonna inherit all that debt that they in. Child support, all type of stuff.
Yep. But if you have
how does a postnup protect that?
If you have a postnup, you put certain clauses and conditions in there. So
like this, they did. It ain't mine.
Right. Keep that shit over there. If you're in a relationship with a girl, how do you decide who's going to be the more dominant person in the relationship?
That's such an interesting question, because, like, most of the time when I meet women, I'm the dominant one, and it's not even something we talk about. It's just like the role that I fall in. In my current relationship with my girlfriend, like, I'm dominant in some ways and she's dominant in some ways. Like, off the rip, she's like, I like to be a planner. I like to plan the things. I like to be dominant in a way where, like, I'm paying for things. I said, oh, I like this. But,
how convenient.
This works. But she is shorty. She's shorter than me. Like, it's so funny because ever since our first date, she was wearing heels, right? So she was close in height to me. Then one day we both went out to a place to go dance, right? We both wore sneakers. And I looked down, I said, oh, you a shorty.
You said this out loud?
Yes. I was like, oh, you're a shorty. I was like, oh, snap. I didn't know you were this short. So she's like 5'3" and I'm 5'10". So I was just like, oh, this is.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. You
What?
walked
That's
up,
a
that
big
height was
difference.
surprising. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. She kind of close. Wait a minute now.
You look like, oh, it's like,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa, whoa,
I didn't know
whoa.
people. I didn't know other girls were tall till I went to college because all my friends in high school were short, and then when I went to college, I was like, "What the fuck is everybody else doing up there?" I was
Yeah.
like, "Wait, hold on, I've been
I
short
felt like
my
I've
whole
been
life."
I love
my
tall
whole
women.
life, yo.
Go ahead, I love that.
I love tall
Have the
women.
legs.
Yeah, we definitely got the legs to you that.
Yeah,
Tree
so
to
when they got the
climb.
thighs to match.
Oh gosh,
Uh,
stallion.
Yes, absolutely. I got a question, right? So say you talking to somebody, right, and you found out like your best friend had sex with him, or you didn't find out. Would you, if your best friend knew that, would you want them to tell you? Like if they were talking to somebody, if they had fucked somebody who you're currently trying to court seriously?
So interestingly enough, y'all, okay, my boyfriend, right? After my first date with him, I told my girlfriend, like, yeah, I just went on a date with this guy, la, 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 la. And then she was like, TYOMI. I was like, what? What's wrong? And then she started texting. I'm like, oh, Lord.
Are you trying to bubbles?
the-
Ooh,
the
them
bubbles.
bubbles.
Yes,
Oh,
you're
my
like,
God.
oh, shit.
The
It's
bubbles
coming.
make you so
the
fucking
bubble
anxious.
was so long. I was like, what the fuck is she typing? So then she came with receipts and everything,
receipts.
right? I was like, what is this? So basically, when he first moved to Atlanta, they had matched on like a dating app,
course.
and they
Tinder.
went out on a few dates. But it ended at the third day, and it never went on after that. They didn't. They never did anything sexual or whatever, but they did have a little connection. And I was like, damn, Atlanta small. Like,
Yes.
it's so wild. And so that was the first time something like that had ever
How did you respond to that?
I was like, oh, girl, I thought she was going to say something like he was like a toxic nigga or something. Like,
Yeah, like
I
one of
thought she was
them-
going to say something bad, but I was like, okay, maybe I'm in both of y'all lives. So, like, bring y'all back
Oh, that's
together as
cute.
friends. Like, because she was like, she did.
Kodak's not buying it.
No, because the way they ended was kind of weird. Like, she had gave him COVID. And so it
Well, that's not the worst thing you can give somebody.
Well,
right, it's true.
Not really
True.
cool, but still, some
But
people.
it was like the way it ended was just weird. And then like her reasoning, it was kind of like, because at this point I was kind of like in the middle relaying messages back and forth. And it was like, okay, he's saying her story don't kind of match up, and she's, it was just a lot. And so we eventually like settled it. But I was like, okay, this is new. I've never been here before. And they're both married to other
Other people.
people.
Oh, wow.
So,
So,
and
Yeah.
there was no like romantic connection. And they both said it. They both were like, it didn't really go there. So I was like, oh, so this could potentially be a platonic relationship. And that's something that my girlfriend says she's working on, like building more platonic relationships. And I was like,
Oh, I don't need to build no platonic.
Okay.
I got enough friends.
Well,
I got enough. That's why, like, if it shit don't work now, I'm not trying to. It's kind of like,
I'm
ooh,
good.
another loaf of bread.
Oh,
another
no.
loaf of
Another
bread.
loaf.
No, I feel you. I
You
don't
ever,
want
you ever
no.
bought too much bread? Like, damn, I still got this bread. I want to got some more bread.
Don't
I don't
need
need
any
no more
more.
bread, bro. I'm
I'm
not
good on
trying.
bread.
I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm trying to fuck. I'm trying to.
my God.
I'm trying to fuck something. Like, for real, you got to be honest about the things that you open to receiving.
It's
Like, if
true,
we not
though.
fucking, like, you're not like you. I don't even know your character enough to say you're a good person to be my friend, because it take a lot to be my friend.
Nobody wants you to be just off the rip. Like, I'm trying to fuck. I don't give a fuck if you what the fuck your personality is. I don't give a fuck.
Because sometimes
I'm trying
that's-
to get into your pussy. No,
Sometimes that's what she want too.
Listen.
Why we can't communicate that?
I get what you're saying as far as being upfront, but you don't want to be that crass and out.
Well, I
the
wouldn't say it
gate.
like that.
So, do you not want a relationship at all? Is that
Absolutely,
what
but
you're
I
saying?
want a relationship from who I want a relationship with. It's some people that I'm involved with, I'm never going to be in a relationship with them.
I agree with that. I think that for me, if somebody dated my friends, because me and my friends are so separate, if you like my friends, I just think that I'm not your type. So for me, I just be like, if I find out like that you was in my friend's DM,
I know your friends.
You do not know my. Oh, you seen? I showed you two
You
of my
told
friends.
me about your friends. and
Anyway,
both of your friends
and
was
that's
on the
exactly
same type
why,
of time.
No, they not, and that is me. That's why I said if my friends are your type,
Can we talk about that story?
what would you like to talk about?
No, okay, so I'm glad you're here to discuss this. So we're going
Ooh, some tea. Let me hear
one
it.
of her unnamed friends, she said, was a hoe. So I was like,
Oh,
so
what kind of hoe?
So exactly. So I was like, oh, so she be selling pussy. Nah, she just be fucking with niggas for money. Girl, she hoeing.
She's okay.
That's
What?
hoeing.
I don't know how she does it. I don't know if she comes up with a menu and is like, hey, these are the prices, but the niggas who she do not fuck with niggas that are not gonna pay and not gonna take care of her. Like I don't think she meets
hoeing.
niggas in the clubs and be like, yo, it's 300. But I do know for a fact
Don't
that
nobody do that no more. That's 1980s
I don't know
hoeing.
how it works.
That
This
is
is like-
1980. This is
I
we
don't
talking,
know
and
how
I
this shit works.
I recently just learned this.
What-
Hoeing look different in 2024.
So what does it look like?
The women that's always in the club with they not hosting that working, they just always in it. They in there hoeing.
Yeah. But that's
Especially
at
in
any-
African clubs.
Yeah, any of the lounges, anywhere where it's a nightlife.
She like, damn, my homegirl.
Spot-
Did y'all just make
Yeah.
it so bad? Because I tell you, I be in such denial,
All
and
the
it's just like
poppin'
I have to stop.
restaurants.
Because women don't
Yeah.
look at hoeing as hoeing.
They
Y'all
be
look,
freestyling.
yeah,
freestyle.
freestyling hoeing.
They go out, they go to the bar.
'Cause
get
they know-
cute,
they know they
buy
gonna look good.
A drink or two, and then they just wait for the guys to come and start chatting them up, and then that's how they break them.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
not on the strip
God.
no more.
Oh my God.
Some of
this
them
is
are.
So much
Well,
fun.
But-
yeah, some of them are on the
There
strip.
still is love. There are levels
If
to a home.
So then what?
if you on the strip, I feel like you'll kill a nigga. But anyway,
what
what you about
stops
to say?
you from being
I mean,
like a
potentially do that.
prostitute and like a
It's
girl
all the
who's well
same.
kept?
It's all so. Look, a woman that's well kept is in a relationship with one man who's holding her down. A woman who has a business around entertaining men in the for the exchange of money. She's a
Hoeing.
working girl.
Hoeing.
She a service provider, and that's okay. People say
Ho.
prostitute, okay, fine, but like
We also need to
service provider
we
is
also
a
need to
safer term to use.
destigmatize these words.
But I also don't
because
think any
we
man
do.
could just go up to them and be like, "Yo, I got 300 for you."
No, they
So-
don't. There's a way that they vet
Right.
them. There's a way that they vet them, and they have a minimum that they are requiring. Like, but again, it's levels because some are like,
250 roses.
so, yeah, you.
I'm just not.
I'm a
you
nigga
know
that's
the lingo?
I'm a nigga that's been propositioned before.
You
Oh my
know
God.
the lingo because you can't say certain terms
Is it
online
not really
specifically.
roses?
It's so
See?
I'm
See?
not at liberty to say, but what I will say is that there is lingo because in the United States this type of transaction is illegal. If you go across the border to Canada, it is legal. However, you can't be a U.S. citizen and go over to Canada and do that because they would deport your ass.
This is why I be getting in trouble because I don't know the lingo. One time somebody came to me and was like, "You like the party?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I love the party."
Oh,
I didn't know. And my boss is watching the whole time. And my boss is in the corner horrified watching me. And I'm like, I party every day. I'm like, I go downtown to party. I be in the Heights party. And I'm just like, I love the party. And my boss is in the corner like, she doesn't know what the fuck she's saying right now. And I'm like, yeah. And I should have knew because it was a black girl with a white guy. The black girl had the bad hair. So I should have knew what
Lord.
type of party that was. And
dead
I
giveaway. Dead giveaway.
I was only
Man.
22 at the time. I didn't even. This is what I'm saying, Mel. I need to know the lingo because I'll be outside like rolling.
Jungle boogie, jungle boogie. You like the party?
Wait,
Yeah.
if somebody
That
says
booger
roses
sugar.
to me,
Yeah.
say no to roses or something. Like I just.
No.
That's
You're not
a
gonna
donation.
Hear, you're not going
It's
to
a
hear the
donate.
men saying that. You're going to hear women
Yeah.
saying that. But that's really typically,
That's online.
yeah, it's typically online because you can't say certain things or else you can get popped.
Yeah. Oh, they got stings for shit like that too now.
Yes, they do have stings.
Yeah.
They have
Like
stings.
you remember To Catch a Predator?
Yeah.
I watch a lot of those videos online. That's sidebar, but they have that for working girls.
Aren't you the president of
She about to say some bullshit.
no, you're trying to make prostitution legal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hello, come on, you on a campaign.
Absolutely. It's not a campaign. It's just something that I advocate for because you need to make it safer. Scoot back in the frame.
Exactly.
I am, I
you
know.
need to make
Don't mind.
it safer for these people because they're gonna do it anyway.
They're going to do it anyway.
That was my statement. They're gonna do this anyway. So if people are gonna do this because shit, the economy's in an awful place right now for a lot of people.
I just wanna tax the girls.
They legalized weed. Then they legalized marijuana in a good amount of states. On a federal level, it's still not decriminalized.
Mm-hmm.
However, right across the border.
Right.
It's legal. I'm
Yeah.
just confused. I mean, I know it's a completely different country, but it's just like, if it's legal for them and it's working
So
for
you telling me
Canada.
if I stay on this side of this line, it's
You're going to
illegal.
jail.
But if I take 2 skips over here, I can sell some dick.
But that's because Americans also have a different relationship with sex. Like we
Yep.
we act
We
like
shun
sex
it.
is
Puritanical.
horrible. She using them
Tyr-
big
what?
words.
Puritanical. You know,
the
the
hell that
Puritans. The Puritans came over here on that little ship,
Oh.
and they set the laws here on this land. And
Don't you be doing spelling bees? She got spelled puritanical. 'Cause
Puritanical.
I can't even say that
Yeah,
shit.
nah. Porta potty?
Porta potty.
Porta?
Wait, so what was
Puerto
that
Rico?
again?
It's so crazy though, because I'm like, sex is in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sex sells everything. And then you got these evangelicals that are anti-porn trying to make porn illegal in the United States. Oh yeah, I just saw an article about this on XBiz, and I was like, what the hell is happening?
Nuh-uh.
Why are y'all y'all are attacking the wrong things, but y'all making all this fake ass money, sending it over to these wars
Mm-hmm.
for our allies or whatever? And it's like, okay, but people who are in the industry legally making money, paying taxes for the most part, some of them ain't paying taxes, but whatever, none of my business.
Mathematic.
You know, right. But still, like, why y'all gotta attack the adult industry? As a matter of fact, the adult film industry sets a lot of trends for a film that eventually end
speak
up
on it.
coming into mainstream. So, like, from the camera work
Angles.
to the angles to the types of to the types of like lenses and things that they're using in editing. A lot of it came from the adult industry and it got put into mainstream. So it's like kind of one hand washing the other. It's so wild, but like, I don't understand why we can't just make it legal for people to do this. And I'm like, we don't ever talk about the men who sell dick. We don't talk about
I
the
just
men.
learned about that. They said that's what they doing in Jamaica. The guys.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I went to DR, I was just sitting there
What you was
looking.
doing in DR?
I went to DR to go celebrate my birthday, but I was side-eyeing all the men that was out there by themselves going on men's trip, mad happy. And I'm like, y'all all going out there for prostitutes. But then they were like, oh, that's what girls do when they go to Jamaica. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
Well,
And
girls do it too. I hate when niggas say that shit.
I
Yeah.
know, but it's
your goofy
that's
ass
where
up,
we
boy.
are in life. But like, I just was like, why? What the fuck got to be going on in your life as a woman that you like? Let me go pay for some dick.
Like, you saw that video. Well, you
Oh,
posted
my
that video
God.
earlier. The dude
Oh,
saying
he pissed me cold.
that nigga lying.
He lying.
This dude. She posted a video. Dude saying he made women pay him at least $2,500 to see him in jail.
just to visit him. Because I give them a hug. I smell good. I
He's
don't smell
capping
that
because are you behind the glass or you
Right.
like
Even if it is a non-glass visit, that hug is gonna be real tap tap. They do not let you sit there and hug and
Like,
feel all on the guy.
So,
People
I
are
mean,
saying
hold on.
anything.
But let's be clear here, y'all. One of the top reality shows in this country is Love After Lockup.
That's my show.
Exactly.
Why y'all love criminals? Yeah, let's talk about
Don't
it.
talk about me, because I look, okay. Look.
Yeah.
This is so crazy because when you talk about incarceration, right, mass incarceration of black men, some of them are in there for petty ass crimes.
Mhm.
All right. So you love who you love. Some people held them down before they went into jail. They still love them while they're in there. Now, the pen pal situation is wild.
Right.
Like, so, and this happens. Like, yeah, I got a homeboy who in jail. He just needs some company. Can you just write him and like send him some pictures? Like, yo, I don't know how, but
It's some OnlyFans girls who I've told, like, bro, you really missing out on your core demographic.
The niggas in jail.
Them niggas in jail would
but they-
love to see
they
this shit.
got money, and somehow, because I remember it was this one guy, he looked me up online. And he sent me his little inmate number and everything and was just like, yeah, I found you on this site. So apparently, like, there's a site that inmates use to, like, find pen pals and, like, people to connect with. And I was like, how did I end up on this site? I don't know about this site. Like, how'd you find me? So weird. But this is the thing.
He said crazy.
Crazy shit is. Somebody wrote us from jail. Like, they wrote me and JoJo Like they listen to us every day in jail.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Like, how the fuck did you get this address?
but the thing is, it's like these
access.
people, the people who are in their right mind, you know what I mean? Like they people who did some shit that was outside of the law, and now they're locked up, right? And so they still deserve love. They still deserve the attention and care and affection or whatever. And like, you gotta be smart about the mental capacity of a person and whether they're conning you or not. Because some of them ladies don't look out the lockup. I'd be like, now sis.
You can't be this slow. Like, I done did bids with niggas. So, like, but it got to be somebody that I was outside enjoying the fruits of your label. And when you got locked up, I kind of got to hold you down. To answer the question why we like criminals, I think that it really goes back to just being from the hood. And the first people you seen kind of that had the cars, the jewelry, the flashy money were the drug dealers. The first person to ever give me $200 for my nails was a drug dealer.
And now
nails was only $20
And now
back
you
then.
just enamored with them.
Now
you
I
can't
have
let
an
them go.
unrealistic expectation of money, 100%. That's why, like, for me, they're more generous with
therapy.
it. I do. Well, no,
She just said
I
she was in
understand what it
self-therapy.
is. Like, I know
what is self-therapy?
Where you get the tools and you do the work yourself.
Like, you want to see? I have a list of myself. I ask myself questions and I Google it to see, like, if I notice something's wrong with me or something that I don't
That's
like.
very healthy.
I Google it and I try to see, like, why am I like that?
It's very
So
healthy.
that's why you like hood niggas.
That is, if I had to say where it came from, it is that's the first thing you exposed to. Growing up, I read all the books, Be More Careful, Fly Girl, all that stuff. So you're reading about that glamorous, like, even though it always ended bad and it was very clear about that. But
Are you reformed now? Or are you reforming?
I am reforming. So my last, like, 2-3 guys I dated were, like, nowhere near the guys I usually date. So one guy, like, worked at an airport. One guy was, like, a postal worker. Like, I've really been outside trying to diversify my
Damn,
profile.
you really...
Just at the bottom of the
Can't get
barrel
like
here.
a professional or nothing?
I love it
Like,
when you know.
I did the nurses, the doctors. I don't want to
this guy.
dirt anybody in the industry.
Couldn't get a nigga with like a good job. You had to go to.
What? Post office
jobs.
is a government job, but he was scamming on the side, so I can't
Oh,
even
wow.
do that
Okay,
one.
well,
Yeah.
Atlanta.
But I tried.
That is
I
like.
was trying.
that-
I didn't know he was. Come on.
that
now.
is
I mean,
the-
they be having a nice car.
That is
though.
Yeah,
the equivalent of a nigga saying, "Yeah, I'm about to eat better. I'm about to eat clean. I'm about to eat fried chicken. I'm about to get this fried chicken
I didn't have
salad.
to tell you the truth. I didn't have to tell you.
Fried chicken salad."
It sounds good though. He was a postal worker. It
Right.
sounded like I was reformed.
That's-
Wait,
Listen.
he was moving weight through the.
No,
Oh, we about to incriminate
right.
this nigga.
Yeah,
Hold
no.
on.
But he done got caught at
We about
this
to
point.
incriminate you.
No, but no. Oh, right. There we go. Now, no, I don't know anything about anything. He was a nice young man. He was in the post office for 10 years, so I thought that it was gonna be.
See, wow, that's a nice little.
But to what you saying,
little cover.
even as men, we got to know when we talking to somebody and we're attracted to somebody. What you about to say?
That's what I want to say, cause y'all know exactly who y'all be playing with, and that's that shit
Who
I
we're
don't like.
attracted
I don't
to.
like that shit. Y'all will come there. Y'all will talk to a girl with the Chanel bag with the $1,000 weave, driving a G-Wagon, and you know that either she got it already or somebody's providing that lifestyle for her. And then you gonna come, you want to bag her and then be like, oh, she wanted my bills paid. Nigga, you want me to leave the nigga I'm laying with to come lay up under you,
Right.
and you don't want to do nothing? If you cannot
What if I'm
exceed
trying
my
to?
ex,
What if I'm trying to love you?
exit
You can't
expeditiously.
let the love let the love work.
Love don't pay the bills, and I don't know how many
Why
times
do
I'm gonna say
they?
this.
Why do they use that and say, "Well, love should be enough"?
It ain't enough for them. If I was fat, ugly, and couldn't cook or clean, and I was like, but I love you, you wouldn't care about me.
At
You
all.
would be like, oh, love. Ooh, no.
True.
No. And thank you.
Thank you for being honest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But what I was about to say was, to your point, we do pursue women. We see what they look like. We're enamored with them physically. But if we talking relationship, it's a bunch of shit that come with that. Like when the girl said what she said about the $50,000, I agree because as a man, I can't raise a family with $50,000.
The coach who teaches women how to date up, and she said you shouldn't date if you have 50,000.
She was on Poor Minds.
Yeah.
So I saw that,
follow her.
and I saw that, and people were upset. But I'm like,
But she's not lying.
I think it's realistic. Like
50,000.
you don't want to get a partner, and this is the argument men have been saying. Like, oh, well, you could do 100% of the bills by yourself, or be with somebody and do 50-50.
well, 100% of the bills gives you freedom.
That's my thing. I could do bad all by myself. Like, what do I want to lay next to you and do your laundry and cook your food and clean your dirty socks and underwear
If I'm paying
for 50?
100% of the bills, I'm living alone and doing my own laundry. and picking
Eating
up
what
after
I want.
myself.
Not feeding nobody.
No.
Feeding yourself.
I'm feeding myself. I
Not
don't
cleaning up
understand
after
that.
nobody, not doing their
What?
dishes.
You finna be a roommate.
And that's what
Baby,
50-50
no.
is.
I don't. Me personally, I don't believe in 50-50. And here's why. Because right now, if I'm talking to somebody, say me and you talking, I already have my own apartment. I pay my own bills. I pay my own car. I got my car note. Only thing I would need is like groceries and shit, which I'm not eating crazy like that because most of the shit I get is fruit. I get fruit and I get chicken. I got a freezer full of chicken.
Chicken.
I got a freezer full of chicken, so I'm good on that. So if somebody comes in, that's just extra. You don't got to worry about you don't got to worry about the rent. And we got a car. If you got a car, even better. I can take care of that. So I'm not living 50-50 now. I'm taking care of 100% of my shit. So somebody come in, that's already taken care of. And we going to build together. Because this is not my final form. I'm just going to get better.
This is not my final form. That's funny.
I'm gonna get better. So there is gonna be a point where if you do have a car note, I can take care of. That's what I want to do. But that's because as a man, I take pride in providing and at least being a protector. When I was staying with my mother, I took pride in walking around the house, making sure the doors were locked and everybody that stayed in there was safe.
So what do you think happened? Because what you're saying, like, makes sense. And there's other men like you. But when you go online and you look at the general consensus, it seems like this right here, what you're saying, is not the norm.
I'm going to tell you what I think happened. What I think happened is the prices for everything raised and the men, the average man, it needs help.
Yeah, the pressure's different.
The pressure is different.
It
You could
really is.
you could raise and support a family in the 60s and 70s off a factory job.
Yes.
Yeah.
You cannot do that anymore. So you need 2 or 3 jobs. So the standard of living has increased, but the wages haven't done it. So now a man's entire ego and everything, his pride and his being, most men want to be providers, but they can't.
Yeah.
They can't in this environment. So to a lot of guys, $50,000, that is the goal. So if they're saying, if you see a woman saying, yeah, if you got $50,000, you shouldn't date, they're taking that personally because they fit those shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't, they wouldn't even care. They'd be like, word, I already I got 70.
Exactly.
But
So
see,
that I see something like that, like, shit, I agree. But to the average man, he can't fit that.
So the conversation we had the other day that I'm still getting chewed up on, my ex had commented on it, and he was like, Tamira, I know you better than anybody. Mind you, this is my ex from when I was 16 years old. I'm like, how you gonna say you know me better than
I cannot stand those.
So he like, I know you better than anybody. He like,
Bitch, I am 34
do you think
bruh.
these things are factors in what you believe? And we having this whole conversation about it. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I know your parents. I said, did your mother ever work? And he goes, no. I said, so how you sitting here? You grew up in a house where you never watched your mother work, and his father was a musician, so that it wasn't a steady career. But he provided for them no matter what. And I watched it growing up. So you're not gonna sit here and tell me that you grew up in a house where the man was the sole provider. You never watched your mother want for nothing. But nowadays you still expect women to work, and it just makes no sense to me. I don't see how you could grow up with it right in your face and then want something different. And then my other issue with it is that, like I said, I don't think men, all right, so to be clear, when I said I don't think men have the capacity to be leaders, I was talking about, and I said in the face of conflict and controversy. So
Okay, that caveat is really important.
and that's what everybody just ignored that part. I didn't just say, oh, y'all can't be leaders. I said, y'all, all right, if more men were less emotional and impulsive, they would be less black men in jail right now. They wouldn't be shooting each other because they can't get the words to argue in anger and stuff like that. If they were better at controlling themselves and handling issues and disrespect or whatever the conflict is at the time.
Conflict resolution skills.
We would have a whole, and if you cannot be the leader of a household and you don't have good conflict resolution skills, I don't see how I was wrong for that.
Because I feel like right now
They took that soundbite and ran with it.
They ate me up. They still eating me up. And I'm like, I would like men to be able to fix things around the house. And they were like, oh, you fucking loser. You want to buy shoes. I buy $1,000 shoes now. Like, y'all worrying about the wrong thing.
Right. Yeah. I feel like conflict resolution skills is definitely important for men and people in general because you got a lot of people out here crashing out over nothing.
Over nothing.
That is my biggest fear, running into somebody who ain't got shit to lose. But in today's society, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I can't pay these bills no way. I can't afford to live no way. Might as well pop, pop, pop. Why you see so many niggas out here doing bullshit? Like, for instance, a few days ago, I had made this statement about people need to be more accountable for their actions. And this girl it was really about having babies before you know somebody. So this girl had responded. This girl had responded and was like, well, you know, sometimes men switch up. I'm like, well, you didn't vet him.
Exactly, because how could he switch up? How can he switch up? You didn't take enough time. Look, the first 3 months, that's a honeymoon phase,
I was
baby.
about to say, I disagree because
3 months.
men will fake who they are for as long as they can.
There are some narcissists and some covert people out here who will play the game and wear a mask until they get what they want.
But you can't
And
wear
it's
that
like,
mask. But you can't wear that mask that long without some cracks showing.
Okay.
And
You can't fake that shit.
I agree.
You
we
can't
like to
fake
ignore
that
the
shit.
red flags.
You have
That's
exactly.
all I'm saying.
You gotta have some discernment.
Be accountable.
You have to have some discernment because I know that's something I prayed for like my whole life. So I read between the lines. I'm very observant because I'm the daughter of a Marine. So I pick up on little shit. People be like, damn, how you see that? Because I see. Don't think you can get one over on me. So like I'm very protective of myself and my energy and who I allow in my personal space. And that whole thing around like you can't help who you have kids with is like actually you can.
You can absolutely. I feel like that's the craziest. You can't
Well,
help.
actually,
You mean
you
you
have
can't?
a big say-so
You mean
in
you
that.
carried this? You carried this kid for 9 months for somebody you don't even like for real. You
But
don't
you
even
know
know for real.
what's-
You don't even you haven't seen him in every season. You haven't seen him in more than one situation. That's how you vet people. It's not time, it's experiences. You can
Yes.
go through 30 different experiences in 30 days. You see how that person responds over that month?
Yeah.
You have seen them. It's not going to take 3 months. You've seen them in those situations.
Yeah.
That's what it's a quote that says the character of a man isn't judged by how he is when he's winning, but how he is when he's losing. You have to see niggas in they losing seasons.
Man.
You have to see niggas in they losing season because sometimes you have to see what I'm gonna do when my back is against the wall. Am I gonna crash out or am I gonna figure this shit out?
Exactly.
And if you don't know, if you're dating a man or if you're dating a woman and you haven't seen her in every season, then you don't know her for real.
don't.
You cannot jump into somebody. You cannot jump into something with somebody and you don't know them for real. It's not time. It is experience. So take the time. So take whatever time it takes to see all of those experiences. Put them in different situations. Experience them in different situations so you can come to a good conclusion on if this person is good for you. And if you haven't done that, you should not be having kids with these people. You should not be having unprotected sex with these people. You should not be giving these people anything. Don't give these motherfuckers anything.
I tried to do actual therapy, but I be lying to the therapist. So I was like, let me just stop messing,
I'm
wasting
proud of
people's
you for
time.
holding
Yeah,
yourself
I was like,
accountable
let
for
me stop wasting people's time. Because, like,
Yes.
at the end of the day, like, I still want to, like, I don't be wanting to look bad in front of other people. So I feel like I don't be telling my therapist the truth. So I'm like, girl, I'll do this myself. So like some of the things, and it's not always like something super extreme. Like I'm really just observing my own behavior and figuring out what characteristics I don't like and how to do it. So one of them is like, why do I always try to guess what people are saying when they're about to talk? Like I love to try to finish a sentence for you. Like I'm always like, and then try to guess what you're saying. Like, and that's rude sometimes. Like I be trying to cut people off. Why am I bad with eye contact? Why do I always have to prove to people that I'm right?
You wrote your notes down?
Yeah, these are some of my like self-therapy questions.
It's a childhood trauma.
That's what it all says.
approval.
And I was like, I
Yeah.
thought I had a decent, pretty good childhood, but
You can, and there's still going to be moments in your childhood that impacted you in a negative way.
you know what it is? I think that when it said childhood trauma, and I'm just now, as you're saying it, I'm realizing it. I always associated it with my parents.
And it's not.
It's not my parents.
Our peers.
It's our peers.
Our peer
I got
group,
bullied really bad growing
me too.
up. Okay, so
Our
that's
peer
what it
group
was.
fuck us up sometimes. So when we hear childhood trauma, we automatically go to the family.
Yeah,
Because I came from like a strong household too. And if my parents hear me say childhood trauma, they'd be like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And I'm
That's
like,
what I was like.
the stuff that we had going on in our house that impacted me, we've already talked through all of that because it's always been like emotional stuff. But yeah, I got bullied
Yeah.
growing up. People be like, what? I'm like, yeah. You probably don't think that because of how I look now and like how successful I am. But I was bullied, and that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
It's like being shut out and being ostracized and not being accepted as a part of the group. That's where all that stuff comes from, and like avoiding eye contact, like
And
even
it's crazy
sometimes
because
to
they
this
kept
day.
saying childhood trauma, and I'm
Yep.
just like, what are they talking about? I'm like, my mom, I have a great relationship, and I had a great childhood, but I did get bullied like really, really bad in school. So it literally just snapped right now, and I'm like, oh shit, childhood trauma doesn't mean your relationship with your parents growing up. See,
Our peer group be fucking us
Therapy.
up. I'm telling you.
The peer group be fucking us up.
yeah, growing up in the hood. I'm trying to tell you.
That's why you end up loving hood niggas.
It really is, but that's it. All you're saying that as a joke, but just like we're taught, oh, the guy that's mean to you is the one that likes you. Oh, he's only doing that because he likes you. And then you start thinking that guys like you because they mean to you. And then you start attracting that. Like from a child, you're taught these little things that even with boys, oh, stop acting like a little girl. Why are you crying like a baby? Why we teach men that they're not supposed to be emotional. We teach girls that the men that are mean to you are the ones that actually like you. Like we just fuck the kids up early. So.
Early. It's so wild. And then we just take that into our adulthood. And like you said, that becomes a program in your consciousness. That's what gets printed on your subconscious mind, and that becomes your reality. And it becomes autopilot. And it's not until you go in and do like what you're doing right now to do self-examination, then you start going back. Like you just had a trigger moment right now where you're like, oh shit, it's my peer group. So now that you know it's your peer group, you can go back into your peer group and be like, who did it? And what moment was it? And then when you find that moment, it's like, oh shit, that's the initial trauma. And then you got to feel it because the feeling's going to come right back up, right? But you got to feel it to move through it. And then boom. That's the shadow work.
But see, that's where I think we're lacking. The adults do not try to do the work. They're just like, oh, well, I was raised this way and I went through this. And it's like, okay, at some point it has to stop being an excuse. Like, I don't care if your father wasn't there. Like, at some point you're an adult and you understand what the fuck went wrong. Now fix it. Like, stop. I hate that shit. Like, I'll be like, okay, we get it. Like, sad story, bro. Move on. Like, at some point we got to be like, that happened to me when I was a kid, but now as an adult, like, you cannot use your father not being there for you as an excuse to be a bad father. Like, no, you know what trauma that caused. You know, now you know exactly what not to fucking do. How about that one?
Yeah.
It's so crazy how some people choose to do the exact opposite. Because, like, I was very shocked when my parents said, both of them said, they never grew up hearing I love you. I said, what? Y'all tell me that every day. Y'all, like, we hug and kiss and embrace each other every time we see each other. And growing up, it was every day. So it was a complete shock to me that they had that experience. But they chose to do the opposite. So it's just interesting how some people choose that and others are just like, well, I'm going to repeat the cycle.
Well, that's really how because I didn't grow up with my father. I didn't grow up with my dad, my biological dad. It was crazy because I just found my sister on his side, like, at the top of the year. Crazy.
This year?
Yes.
This year just started?
Yeah, it was January 2nd.
Whoa.
The day of the national championship
Did you
game.
know that there was a sister out there?
Oh, funny story. Okay, so 2 weeks, well, no, really a week before that, I was at home, Christmas break, and my mom she had to have a medical procedure. So, you know, people get medical procedures, they start like want to talk about things and things like that. So she told me that she had a conversation with my biological dad.
Oh, well, how you was going to tell me about this?
It just happened like 2 days prior. So I didn't know, nor do I'm not the type of person like, oh, I want to be, no, I don't give a fuck. You ain't want me, like we said earlier, you ain't got to tell me.
Right.
You ain't got to tell me because you would have been here. Right. So long story short, I found out he has another daughter who's my biological sister. So I get home from holiday break, about to start watching the game, and, you know, shit, bored, back at the crib after holiday, hop on Tinder.
Oh.
I'm not ready for this.
I think I saw this story on...
This is not where I thought this was going.
On X.
So I was...
Oh, that was real?
Yes.
I seen you post
so
it was Kodak, right.
So I was... She told me her name. She told me what her name was. So I get a notification. I got the type of Tinder that I can see who swipes on me before.
That's crazy.
So I recognized the name, like, when I read it in my head. So I was like, I've heard this name before. Okay, swipe back. So I'm trying to think where I know this name from. And then it hits me. And then I'm like, what the fuck? My sister tried to bag me.
That's wild, bro.
My sister tried to bag me.
That's wild,
and then,
bro.
But then it gets crazier because we are telling each other about each other and shit, and she don't fuck with that nigga either.
That's wild.
But I'm like, damn, I'm glad my mama said that the week before.
Right. Look at how kismet that was. Like, she said it the week before, and then she literally swiped on. That's
literally. I'm talking about this would have had this would have had. We would have had to have this conversation.
If she didn't go to the doctor and didn't feel the need to get this off her chest, like all the little events that kind of led to it. Oh my God!
So
No. I'm about to tell you how close. I'm gonna tell you how
Yeah.
close the dates were. It was a Thursday when we had that conversation about who my sister was. Me and my mom. It was a Thursday. You know, the New Year's was like over the weekend.
Right.
So that Monday, it was a Monday or Tuesday. I forgot. It was a Monday or Tuesday, top of the week, is when that situation happened. So I'm like, damn, this was close.
That was like real close in time. That was meant to be. That was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Something like that, a little almost happened to me. Like, I grew up with a stepfather and I had 3 stepbrothers and a stepsister, but my stepsister ended up turning into like a dyke. So I hadn't seen her, let's say, like.
Wait, so the transformation happened when she wasn't around you?
Yeah, like, yeah, she wasn't by the time my mom, her father and my father, her father and my mother broke up, they were together for like 10 years. So from when I was 3, about 13, right? So we moved, they stayed wherever, we moved to the house, but we're still in the same neighborhood, maybe a mile or 2 apart. But I didn't see them in like 10 years. I would see my brothers often, but I don't know if she went to Jersey